Do you wish you had more time for your hobbies? You have to plan and schedule it, just like that doctor's appointment, or that manicure, or that oil change. Hi, I'm Jordan, a cozy creative helping you create a life you don't need a vacation from. Before this, I was really struggling to find time for all of the hobbies and activities that I loved: gaming, reading, writing, even exercise. Now, I'm spending more time on my hobbies than I ever have. Let me show you how.
This is my April hobby tracker. You can see here 6 different spots to mark what hobbies I want to focus on in the month of April. At the bottom, there's little boxes to just note how I want to spend my time and what I want to learn. So let's dive right into it. So I'm going to fill out this tracker and show you just how easy it is to plan your hobbies. The first 3 hobbies I personally want to focus on and make time for in April are reading, writing, and being a great plant mom. The next hobbies I'm going to be focusing on are gaming on my Nintendo Switch or Steam, taking Spanish lessons, and doing some coloring. So look at how easy it is to write in a few hobbies to focus on. That doesn't mean that I need to do all my hobbies at the same time in the same month, but it provides a really focused way for me to choose the ones that are a priority. Something else that I really like about this hobby tracker is that there are boxes to put goals and totals. For example, in the month of April, my goal is to read for 15 days. That's about half of the month. My goal is to write for 15 days as well. My goal for taking care of my plants is 4 days. That translates to about once weekly. The same for gaming, about once weekly. I want to take 5 Spanish lessons, and I also want to spend 4 days in April coloring. So how quick and easy was that, just to jot down my intention? I like the reflection boxes on the right-hand side because they give me an opportunity to think macro level about the month ahead. I want to learn more about YouTube in the month of April. By now, I believe my YouTube experiment video has been posted, so if you haven't watched that, check it out. In terms of my time, I want to spend more time gaming, but also spend more time in nature. I love being outside and I love being active. I like the I can rest by box because I think rest is something that I tend to overlook. So making sure I'm upstairs getting ready for bed by 8:30 and using chamomile tea to help me wind down and relax before I turn off my lights and put my phone away and get ready for bed. On the left-hand side, the world is really your oyster. Sometimes I'll jot down specific things that I want to do that maybe I didn't cover in the hobby tracker above or the prompts on the right-hand side. Lately, I've just been using that section to jot down the vibe that I want. So these are the 6 hobbies that I will be focusing on. Give you an idea of what a in progress hobby tracker looks like. This is what I had written down for the month of March. For the days that I completed the hobby, I like to color in the square. Clearly, I'm feeling very purple lavender themed for spring. Sometimes I get to my hobbies and I achieve the goal that I set, and sometimes I don't, and that's okay. The tracker is really just intended to help you directionally so that you know what hobbies to prioritize.
I hope this walkthrough was helpful. Do you track your hobbies? Let me know down below. While tracking my hobbies was and has been a really great help to me, I also learned that I had to shift my mindset if I was going to make the most out of my free time without the guilt. Let's talk about a few common mistakes that might be preventing you from enjoying your hobbies too, and how to avoid them. Avoiding beginner mistakes. Turning your hobby into another to-do. Hobbies are not the same as productivity goals or your New Year's resolutions, chores, or even daily habits. Give yourself flexibility to enjoy the things you love rather than stick to rigid deadlines and targets. Tracking too many hobbies at once, trying to track everything will leave you more overwhelmed than inspired. What works well for me is 1 to 2 hobbies at a time to focus on. Consistency is not a measure of your commitment. Just because you don't do a hobby daily or even weekly doesn't mean you're not committed to it and you don't care about it. Take the pressure off of yourself so that you can enjoy the learning and the journey. Another thing I wish I knew sooner is that scrolling on TikTok or watching Downton Abbey for the fourth time are not actually effective ways to decompress. We all know the feeling. You finally get some downtime, and it feels easier to just lay on your sofa and default to passive relaxation. Things like mindlessly scrolling on social media or watching that same Netflix show on repeat. After a long day at work, who even has the energy to dive into that hobby that's been collecting dust? But have you ever noticed that things like mindlessly scrolling on social media don't actually leave you feeling refreshed and recharged? That's because not all rest is created equal. Hobbies will recharge you in a way that mindlessly scrolling never will. Distractions do not provide rest. Your brain processes passive content differently from active. True rest comes from doing things that actually energize you, not distract you. Social media may increase your stress. We assume that relaxation means shutting down completely, but active hobbies like playing an instrument, reading, or even coloring engage the brain in a way that actually reduces stress. 5-minute rule. Instead of defaulting to mindless scrolling, set a timer for 5 minutes, pick up that hobby that you've been longing to get back into, and I think you'll find that you'll want to keep going long after the timer has gone off. The third thing I wish I knew sooner is that hobbies can get expensive, and sometimes that cost can sneak up on you without you even realizing. Let's talk about how to explore new hobbies or dive back into old ones without breaking the bank. Repurpose what you already have. Many hobbies don't require new supplies. Think cooking, journaling, even fitness. These can all start with what you already have in your home. Finding accessible alternatives. Instead of an expensive photography setup, use your phone and free editing apps. Instead of buying new books, check out your local library. Or you can download apps like Libby. You can borrow a book without having to leave your sofa. Sidebar. Does anyone else think that collecting books is one hobby and reading books is another? Leave a comment down below. If you know, you know. Test before you invest. Don't buy the most expensive supplies right away. Borrow from a friend, visit a library or Goodwill or your public YMCA, or use the plethora of free online resources that are out there to get started. Approach your hobby with an exploratory mindset to see what you actually like and what you think you'll stick to before spending copious amounts of money. The most important thing that I wish I knew sooner is what actually makes a hobby stick. It's about how you see yourself. That's where an internal shift can really help. Power of a mindset shift. Decide and align your identity. People who say, I'm trying to write versus I am a writer, approach their hobbies completely differently. When you own and are the identity, you will naturally make time for the things that matter. You become the kind of person who engages in that hobby regularly because it aligns with the identity that you've chosen and committed to for yourself. Romanticizing the little moments. Even 5 minutes of a hobby counts. Remember, we talked about the 5-minute rule. Make it feel like a treat, not a task. For me, I love lighting candles before I sit down to read or write. I love turning on my electric fireplace before sitting down to color. Choose a cozy corner in your home and create the ambience you want so that you can enjoy your hobbies. If you want a cozy, chill playlist that you can vibe to while doing your hobbies, don't forget to download my Cozy Living Starter Kit down below. It is completely free. I have curated cozy playlists on Spotify just for you. Things like gentle piano music, relaxing jazz, lo-fi, and even some smooth R&B. So you can find the perfect music to complement your hobby time. You can turn your free time into your favorite time by avoiding common beginner mistakes, swapping mindless scrolling for a hobby that actually rejuvenates you, exploring budget-friendly options, embracing the identity of the person you want to be, and planning and scheduling them. I am sure that there are many hobby trackers out there. You can even make your own by opening up Notion or a Google Doc or a Word doc, as if I haven't rambled enough about how much I love Kennedy. The tracker that we walked through in this video is actually a collab with Still and Cozy K. I've really found a lot of value in this tracker and I would highly recommend it. If you want to learn more, I'll leave a link down below. Life is seasonal, and so are your hobbies. It is totally normal for your interests to ebb and flow. Just like the seasons change, so do your passions. What excites you now might take a backseat later. It's important to embrace the natural cycle as life shifts and give ourselves the flexibility to follow our joy. Leave a comment down below if you made it to the end of the video. I love the little brown heart emojis. And don't forget to download my Cozy Living Starter Kit.
Until next time, keep it cozy.